Okay, hi Azalia.
Hi, Claudine.
Thanks for being part of this interview. How are you
My
doing?
good, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a bit more about your experience with regard to the apprenticeship program that you were
Mm-hmm.
part of. So perhaps you can start by telling us, why you applied to be part of this program and also to teach at ASA.
Okay, so to be honest, what attracted me was the headline, Magic Makers.
Mm.
So rather than, creative writing teacher. So, but yours was Magic Maker. So that was the first thing that attracted my attention. And then secondly was the small class size, the
Mhm.
1:4 ratio. Yeah, so because I don't have any prior teaching experience, especially with academic teaching.
Yeah.
So I find that the 1:4, even though it's daunting, it- I think that it was still manageable.
Mm.
Yeah. And
I
then and then lastly was because creativity. So
mm.
I think if I remember correctly, the job opening had a lot of creativity and critical thinking.
Ah.
Yeah. So that was like I'm like because I enjoy being
Mhm.
creative. So I enjoy teaching dance, moving my bodies,
Mm.
in general, and I enjoy English. So I
Mm.
wanted to like mix these two interests together, yeah, and then pass on like because it's kids. So kids are easy. I find that they're less judgmental.
Ah, okay, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. So that was the three main things that caught my attention for
Right, right.
ASA. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to know because yeah, you are a very creative teacher and the kids really enjoy your
Oh, thank
positive
you for
energy.
that.
So I guess this brings me to the next question because you mentioned that prior to ASA you had some dance teaching experience, but not in a formal
Mm,
setting.
yeah.
So, how did the training and the practicum, as well as the debriefs before and after the sessions, help you to maybe become a more confident teacher? Maybe
Mm,
you can share.
right. Okay. So okay, like in the Singapore context. So, for me, I was very nervous for my first practicum actually because I thought that it was going to be very intense,
Mhm.
such that the kids have to be drilled into writing. Eh, So, during my practicum, I realized that the teachers were allowed leeway in being creative with how they facilitate their sessions, and
Mm.
then how they conducted the curriculum plan. So even
Mhm.
though there's a fixed curriculum, there was no like fixed method of teaching.
Mhm.
So in shadowing different teachers, it was really helpful for me because I managed to pick up like tips on like games, especially for
Mm.
the vocab part. Yeah, so hangman, and
Right.
then like so I shadowed this one teacher. So she was drama. So Meg was drama based, right? If I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
So she had a lot of like she incorporated a lot of dramatics theatrics
Right, right, right.
in the lesson, so that was very fascinating for me because I
Mm.
find that the students were more engaged
Mm.
and yeah, they retain a bit more. So by shadowing a couple of other teachers, I was able to pick and choose which would work for my students.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so it
Okay,
was really really helpful, the
nice.
sessions. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And did you take away anything from your experience in terms of like, before you became an actual teacher, did you take away anything from the experience of like being an apprentice?
Mm. Okay, so I picked up that I have to listen to the kids a little bit
Mm.
more, and
Okay.
then to be a bit more patient because even though it's like 4:1, the class size is small, every kid is different.
Yeah.
And after, because the classes are after school hours, so they
Mm.
get very tired. So from the practicum, I realized that the teachers were very how they weren't gentle. They were just very they paid attention to the students, which is
Mm,
what I like.
I
Yeah, because
see. Yeah.
I did not have that while growing.
Right.
Yeah, so that was a very nice change, which
Okay.
I yeah, so which I incorporated into my lessons a lot. So I
Mm,
learned to listen to my kids a little bit more because I realized that by listening to them,
mhm.
uh, it works both ways for us because yeah, I get to teach them what I want, and then
Mm,
they will in turn listen to me when I listen to
right.
them. Yeah.
Right. Right. So it's kind of like an exchange, and
Yes, yes, that's
yeah,
right.
and also like social emotional learning, right? Because it's
That's
not
right.
just about academic, but also important for them to express their feelings
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
trust the teacher as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was very important.
That's great to know. And so I guess the last thing is, would you have any particular advice, or would you want to say anything to someone who is thinking of applying to the program, and what's in store, for them, especially if teaching is not something that they are comfortable with at the moment, or they may not have any prior experience?
Okay, I would say first off, not to take things on a personal level,
Mm-hmm.
and to be a bit more flexible and adaptable to the current situation and the state of emotion that the child is in.
Mm,
Because if no matter how much planning is done,
mm-hmm.
sometimes it goes out the window
Yeah.
when the kid is like upset. So someone who's
Mm,
quick on their feet would be, yeah, I think it would be a good characteristics
right,
to, yeah, to handle. I think it's not just for like creative thinking as a whole, but just to handle kids in general.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
someone, and also someone who's not afraid to be goofy in class.
And to be playful and
Yeah,
highlight.
yeah, yeah. Because I realized that kids relate a little bit better when,
Mm,
I mean, even though they will still respect you as a teacher, but if you were to bring yourself down to their level at certain at time of the lesson, right? I realized that they listen to you a little bit more, and they
mm,
understand that, oh, okay, she's here to help me, not
right.
to teach me.
I
Because
see.
yeah, yeah. So someone who's more flexible, adaptable, yeah.
Yeah, I like what you said about like relating to the child's level, because that's
Mm,
a lot of empathy as well, being in the
yes.
child's shoes.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, and I can
yeah.
see that that worked really well for you too.
Yes, it did, fortunately.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing your
Mm.
experience. And, I hope that you continue to carry this love and passion for children, for creativity, and also for teaching with you.
Yes, thank you so much,
Thank
Claudine.
you. Yeah, so I'll see you soon. Okay.
All right, see ya. Bye bye.
See you.